I think at the moment, I think ideally Israel would like to see the Palestinian population disappear altogether from the Gaza Strip, but I think internationally that is not acceptable. And so it may be difficult. I think the main problem is that while Israel may not be able to expel the Palestinian population, it could make the Gaza Strip uninhabitable, so that people will want to leave simply because they won't be able to live, certainly not in their original houses in the Gaza Strip, but also not in the places where they are displaced because of the destruction of infrastructure and the lack of any kind of any major international support. Well, it's been doing that from day one, yes. It is clearly destroying Gaza. Well, it certainly hasn't accomplished its goal of destroying Hamas. That's why it's still fighting. It hasn't reached the Hamas headquarters yet, if there is such a thing. I think there is probably such a thing, but I think also that Hamas is not reliant on a single headquarters, but is spread out throughout the Gaza Strip. Well, support is certainly only limited to the United States and some Western countries. I don't think globally that there is much support for Israel in this campaign. Certainly not in Turkey, for example, or in the Middle East, broadly speaking, and in the world, frankly. So Israel doesn't have much support, but it has support of its main allies. And that, of course, counts. So and now is that support starting to weaken? I think in the United States and in Europe, there is a lot of domestic opposition to the continuation of the war, but the governments are still supporting it. But there is clearly a limit to this, and it is linked to the amount of destruction and death that Israel is causing. And we've seen in the last few days, since October 7th, also a hardening of the Israeli occupation and the increase of the actions by Israeli settlers. So, this could escalate further, of course. I don't know. But clearly, Israel, its main objective is not to occupy Gaza or to reoccupy Gaza. Its main objective is to incorporate the West Bank into Israel, to annex it, and then but not to make the Palestinian population Israeli citizens.